Let's now get you a CNBC TV18 exclusive. Registration of companies is much faster now, leading to growth in the incorporation rate itself. And this is the word coming in from Corporate Affairs Secretary Rajesh Verma. In an exclusive conversation with us, he also talks about the CCI investigation into alleged cartelization by some companies. Listen in.
The definition of small companies is now being changed from the paid up capital from 50 lakhs to 2 crores and the turnover from 2 crores to 20 crores. What will happen is, with the change definition, a number of companies will come within the fold of the small companies. Almost more than 2 lakh companies will come into the fold of the small companies, and then they will have a lesser compliance burden on them. So that will be a great benefit to the entrepreneurs, to the small entrepreneurs, small companies and the startups and other people who want to start a business. It has provided a framework for resolution and the NCLT needs to be strengthened because right now, as you are aware, the initiation of CIRP, which is Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process, has been suspended for a period of 1 year from 25th March to 24th 2022, this year 24th March. So once that suspension is over, then and even otherwise also, the cases in IBC, when we have to have a timely resolution, and in order to have timely resolution of cases in under IBC framework, the NCLT needs to be strengthened, and that is what the budget announcement is. Under the Competition Act 2002, the Competition Commission of India is mandated to take certain actions in cases of cartelization. It's a body which is competent to take action based on complaint filing or even otherwise. So the Competition Commission is doing the job as per their mandate.
Okay, well, on that note, let's now move to the auto sector. As per the latest data released by the Federation of Auto Dealer Association of FADA, registrations are down almost 10% in January, and retail sales have been hit by semiconductor shortage, price hikes, and by fading demand. My colleague Parikshit Luthra caught up with FADA Vice President Manish Raj Singhania and began by asking him about some of these trends. Take a look.
Pent-up demand, that post-COVID effect that was there, I think majorly it has gotten over in the month of December. That's why we could see a substantial rise, at least a positive month in December. But looking at the January figures, I don't see any post-COVID effect of pent-up demand is there. That is quickly fading and finishing off. Obviously, the passenger car could have been better or maybe in a positive percentage, but looking to the huge shortage of vehicles across OEMs, shortage of semiconductor and various electronic items, such kind of things, and looking at the heavy bookings, there has been kind of negativity or a drop in numbers. But if all these problems are addressed, definitely then passenger car market could have revived, and it would have been a better situation.
All right. Give us a sense of the waiting time in the market for certain popular models. What are the waiting times on an average like currently due to the shortage of semiconductors?
The most popular models and most in waiting are right now Hyundai Creta, Mahindra Thar, and Kia Seltos. These are the vehicles most in demand, and all these are having a waiting period of approximately 4 to 6 months. The OEMs have been trying to ramp up the manufacturing and numbers, but looking at the electronic or semiconductor shortage, they have been not able to address. And if you look at running models also, normal models that we sell off the shelf at the dealerships, and looking at the dealers paid up stock that is close to or in fact lower than 15 days, if a consumer goes to a dealership, he or she cannot get the right product or with the right configuration or color off the shelf. There is also a waiting period of 10 to 15 days in running models also. So it's a very tricky situation.
What would be your demand outlook for Q4 and the coming fiscal, considering that pent-up demand, like you're saying, is now fading out?
So definitely pent-up demand is fading out. But if you look at the positive side of the industry, every month we see numbers are still growing and coming up. The Q4 number, if you compare it, if we compare with last year, it would definitely not match, because last quarter we could see the BS4 numbers coming in. Huge schemes were there, and huge stock got liquidated in last year Q4. So we cannot see that kind of numbers coming in Q4. But definitely every month we'll see a positive trend. And with the announcement of scrappage policy, though voluntarily, we need to see the final details. And we have a huge kind of base where vehicles could get scrapped, and that can add further volume and numbers to the auto industry, plus the vision of a government of 5 trillion economy that India should be. All this will contribute towards more expenses on infra and various kind of projects by the government. This will definitely push up automobile demand in our country.
Okay, so that's the word coming in from FADA. Now let's move on to another important story. Apple's contract manufacturer Wistron gets ready to restart its operations after the violence that we saw and the code of conduct violations forced a shutdown at the plant. As per Apple, corrective actions have now been completed, although Wistron still remains on probation. Mugdha is here with the latest. This is a very important moment now, Mugdha. What is happening on ground, and what's the word like?
Absolutely, like you said, Wistron is set to restart its plant in Kolar here in Karnataka any day now, nearly 2 months after the plant was shut after violence broke out at the facility on December 12th, and that was largely due to labor issues. And from what we understand from government sources now, Wistron has received a license to employ as many as 15,000 workers going ahead, and this is much higher than the previous license it had of hiring only about 5,000 workers. And this new license was given to Wistron only a few weeks ago after the government also conducted its own checks. But remember that Wistron had a lot of labor issues at the facility. In fact, it had breached the number of 5,000 by a big margin. There were about 10,000 workers at the plant, 8,000 of who were contract workers when violence broke out. And they were largely due to overtime not being paid, attendance not being recorded. Even contracting firms said that they had not been properly integrated with the systems at the Wistron facility. And now both Apple and Wistron have put out statements that corrective actions have been taken. All the employees have been paid fully. Apple, of course, says that Wistron will continue to be on probation. Wistron, of course, has been a supplier and makes iPhone SEs for Apple, and there'll be no new contracts as such for Wistron. But yes, the plant's set to reopen anytime soon. In fact, sources say it could reopen as early as this week or maybe early next week. But yes, we're waiting to hear more from the company.
Okay, got that, Mugdha. Thanks for the updates over there. And on that note, we have to take a very quick break. We'll come back on the other side and we'll get you the latest in the currency and commodity markets. Manisha Gupta will be joining in.